These lessons are quick and approachable and designed to help you with your watercolor practice. As an amateur gardener, I'm inspired by all the things that nature has to offer. Grab your supplies and let's get started. All of the spring trees that are blooming in my yard this week have inspired me to create this tutorial for you. I'm going to start by painting the tree's trunk. I think one thing that people often get wrong about painting tree trunks is that they paint them too wide and too thick. So I just want to be mindful of that. And I want to give the tree's trunk a little bit of a wavy edge or a jagged edge because tree trunks definitely aren't super smooth. I'm using a size 6 round brush today in my favorite shade of brown, which is Van Dyke. I'm going to go ahead and start painting some branches. You'll see that as I'm painting my branches, I'm leaving some spaces in between them that I'm going to be filling in with the tiny flowers of the tree. As with a lot of shapes that we find in nature, I think that trees can be a little deceptively difficult to paint. Using a light shade of pink, I'm going to start adding my flowers. I'm sort of creating these bunches or blob shapes of flowers. We're just creating the suggestion of flowers. We're not going to be painting each one individually. And so I'm working really quickly and I'm not being too precious about these shapes. And I'm just sort of laying down this first layer of light pink. I can come back in and add dark pink later. I definitely looked at some dogwood trees and some cherry blossom trees before I got started. Oftentimes, I will pull up some images on my tablet and have them close by while I'm working. My paper is a little out of frame, but I am going to go ahead and paint a light wash of sap green to create a base of grass for the tree to sit on. I'm also adding some darker pink value pigment into the flowers of the tree. There are a few different variables in creating a successful tree painting. Some of them are the lights and darks throughout the tree, so the shadows and the light parts, the positive and negative space, and then the differentiation in size amongst the leaves, or in this case, it would be amongst the flower shapes. And sort of lastly, for a bit of whimsy, because those flowers do eventually fall, I'm going to add a few that are on the ground, and I'm going to let that pink sort of bleed into the green. I really like that effect. And now I'm just kind of going back through and I'm adding a few more branches and I'm darkening up some of the existing branches that have been a little washed out. And I'm just adding some sort of last details that I think will help to bring this tree to life. How do you feel about painting trees? Have you ever painted one before? Do you think they're easy or hard? Are they your least favorite subject or your favorite subject? Head on over to the comments and let me know. I hope this tutorial was helpful today. Hit subscribe and thanks for painting with me.